Now, Provost Welch will now join me for the presentation of the President's Award for Distinguished Service.
Would Professor Tom Cascella please join the President at the center podium for the presentation? The President's Award for Distinguished Service recognizes intellectual talent and professional service to a member of the university faculty. This award is given to an individual who has dedicated 20 or more years of service to higher education and who has made an important contribution to higher education in the metropolitan region through teaching, scholarship, and participation in university affairs. The award is provided by the president of Towson University, and the recipient receives a $2,500 award and a commemorative silver bowl. Madam President, I present to you this year's recipient of the President's Distinguished Service Award, Professor Tom Cascella.
Professor Cascella is one of the unsung heroes of Towson University who truly lives to serve others. Your devotion to the needs of students, faculty, and the greater good of the university often come before your own. Since your arrival at Towson University in 1977, you have regularly carried at least a 4-4 teaching load, a practice you continue today while serving as interim chair of the Department of Theater Arts, a role you have served twice and once for the Department of Dance. Perhaps one of the best-known aspects of Professor Cascella's service to the university is coach of the 14-time and counting consecutive national champion Towson University dance team. Professor Cascella's leadership has given generations of students memories to last a lifetime and truly started the tradition of winning at Towson. Tom, your service extends beyond campus boundaries to your long history as a technical director of the Maryland Arts Festival, past chairperson of the Chesapeake Exposition of the United States Institute for Theater Technology, and your guest lectures at a range of institutions, including Yale, where you earned your graduate degree. You are always ready to assist whenever and wherever needed, always serving with your utmost humility. You have quickly gained a reputation for your ability to handle a high volume of work with the highest quality of care and personal attention. You are an advisor, a mentor, and a hard worker with involvement on most events on this campus for the last 30 years, from homecoming to presidential ceremonies to department performances and even all commencement activities. One of your colleagues revealed perhaps one of your greatest talents, I think. They said, Professor Cascella does a tremendous amount of work behind the scenes and makes a point of disappearing before he can be thanked. Theater people. Tom, I have had the pleasure of working closely with you for over 3 decades. You are the absolute epitome of what excellence in higher education looks like. And Tom Cascella, you are a true gem to this university, and it is with the greatest pleasure that I present you with the 2012 President's Award for Distinguished Service to this university.
I know all of you are saying, that fat old guy coaches the dance team. But it's true, looks can be deceiving. I'm not going to take much of your time because I know that you didn't come here to hear me speak. In less than 5 minutes, I'll do what I love the most. I'm going to walk down these stairs and help the students receive their diplomas. But before I do, I want to thank President Luschke and Provost Welch for their consideration and their kind words. I also want to thank my friends who nominated me and wrote letters of support. I must tell you, and Provost Welch will verify, that when she called me, my telephone said President's office. And she said, "Tom, this is Marcia." And the first thing I said was, "Did I do something wrong?" And she said no, that she was very happy to announce that I was going to receive this award. And I hung up the phone and I sat there and contemplated the 35 years of my life. And one thought kept coming to my mind. Gee, I wish I started that diet a year ago. It's hard to believe that I've been at Towson for over 3 decades, and believe me when I tell you that a few things have changed since I first arrived. I now have to wear dollar store magnifiers. Out-of-state tuition and room and board was $2,000 a year. My parking pass faculty was $25 a year, and you got 2 stickers for 2 cars. And when I interviewed for the position, the dean offered me $10,500 a year. You won't believe it, but I actually told the dean that it was too much money. When you're a graduate student, you starve. And, I lived on nothing, and $10,500 was great. I'll tell you, I'm going to go off script here. When I was in New Haven, McDonald's always offered a promotion that if you can say to all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, you would get a soda. But you were able to get a Big Mac, French fry, and soda if you can say it in 5 seconds backwards. So I learned to say bun, seed, sesame, on, pickle, shell, cheese, best supplies, beef, too. It's hard to believe, I learned a lot of things at Yale that I forgot, but I can know the McDonald's jingle there. At the end of my first year, I agreed to attend commencement. When I arrived in the faculty area, a gentleman tapped me on my shoulder and said, "Excuse me, young man, but the students are in another location." It took me a few minutes to convince him that I wasn't a student. I told him that I was a teacher in the theater department, and I was surprised when he asked where the theater department was located. I told him we're in the Center for the Arts, but he said he had never gone into that building. I thought about that encounter for several days. And 35 years ago, I decided that I wanted to be a faculty member who was involved in the campus community. I enjoyed visiting the planetarium, organizing parades, working with a marching band, working with theater students, and of course, volunteering to coach the dance team. Imagine that one brief encounter at a commencement changed the direction of my academic career and the lives of so many students who came to Towson as a theater major or on the dance team. I remember the time 35 years ago when my wife and I sat in her parents' dining room table trying to decide where to go after I graduated. I was offered a position at the University of Montana in a place called Towson State College. As any wise newlywed would do, I left the decision up to my wife, and she decided that Towson was a lot closer to Connecticut, and she would prefer that we go to Maryland. So a few weeks later, we drove down the New Jersey Turnpike with all of our possessions in the back of a Matador station wagon. We moved into our $145 a month apartment and began our lives at Towson. And I want you to know that included heat and electricity. I'm so happy that 41 years ago, Diane came to one of my rehearsals and offered me a jelly bean. We dated through high school and loved each other from the very start. And I truly, truly tell you how much she has meant to me over all these years and helping me with my career and all the problems that we've had in our life. At first, I assumed that Diane selected a place where I would work. But after a few years, we realized that she selected a place we would call home. Many faculty and staff helped us celebrate our accomplishments and lent us a shoulder to cry on when life wasn't so kind. We left our parents, brothers, and sisters in Connecticut, but found an extended family here at Towson. Parents and recruits often ask me, is Towson a good university? And my answer is always the same. Towson is such a great university that I encourage my 2 daughters to attend. Amanda earned her bachelor's and master's degree here. Kristen earned her bachelor's degree and will get her master's in May. And I'm happy to say that they both followed the old man and went into teaching. They continue to fill my heart with joy, and I'm so very proud of them and their accomplishments. It's always great to come home and have them say, "Hey, Dad, how's it going?" I tell the members of the dance team that there are only a handful of special days in a person's life. People will celebrate the day they get married, the day their children are born, when they purchase a house. Most people can count those milestones on the fingers of their hands. And that's why I always go outside after commencement and watch the graduates take pictures with Nana and Pop-Pop, watch them share a hug with their parents, and say goodbye to their friends as they go their separate ways. I enjoy this moment the most because I, along with other faculty and staff, help the students achieve one of those rare special days in their life, graduating from college. Many people told me that this award is a way for Towson to thank me for my years of service. But I truly feel that it is I who should express my thanks for all the gifts that Towson has bestowed upon me and my family throughout my career. I am truly grateful for this award. Thank you.